Hello listeners and welcome to today's Cult News. I'm your speaker Casey, and for this news segment I'm going to be looking into the recent events surrounding controversial actor Armie Hammer, who appears to be getting cancelled all over Hollywood and is the focus of various news stories about sexual assault allegations and coercing former partners throughout their relationships with him. The most recent article was published just 4 days ago by Cinema Blend, detailing how Armie Hammer has been replaced by Will Arnett in an upcoming movie titled Next Goal Wins, a Taika Waititi production that includes Scientology actress Elizabeth Moss. So let's get into it. Armie Hammer was born in August 1986 in Los Angeles and is the grandson to a petroleum tycoon, Armand Hammer. Some of Hammer's most notable roles in films include those in The Social Network, Call Me By Your Name, and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. alongside Henry Cavill. Since 2020, Armie Hammer has found himself in the media and not for good reasons. During lockdown, a strange video of Hammer and his baby went viral when Hammer's baby was seen putting his father's toes into his mouth, with Hammer encouraging this and giggling, which many people online saw as inappropriate, claiming that the video was creepy. Not long after this, Hammer's wife would file for divorce, sparking the downward spiral that followed. According to People magazine, in January 2021, a number of women came forward claiming to have been abused by Hammer. Following these allegations, which Hammer denied, his talent agency WME dropped him from their roster, and Hammer's personal publicist also walked away, which resulted in Hammer being replaced in a movie titled Shotgun Wedding by Josh Duhamel, who starred alongside Jennifer Lopez. In March 2021, a woman known as Effie came forward detailing her on-off relationship with Armie Hammer that took place over many months whilst Hammer was married to Elizabeth Chambers. Effie describes the abuse she suffered, including rape, and shared text messages that she claims came from Armie Hammer that includes details of Hammer's supposed sexual fantasies, where she claims he messaged her about wanting to hold her beating heart in his hand. Another ex-partner soon came forward to describe how she grew concerned of her safety around Armie Hammer, who became increasingly controlling and detailed how he wanted to barbecue and eat her ribs. Hammer then exits a Godfather series that was in production, calling the allegations bullshit, before then being dropped for a role in the film Gaslit, a movie about the Watergate scandal, citing scheduling issues for the change, which was soon followed by Effie detailing a 4-hour assault she endured where she was sexually and physically assaulted by Armie Hammer and claimed that during their relationship, Hammer was continuously abusive. Hammer's defense attorney claimed the interactions were completely consensual, but following this, Armie Hammer was dropped from Billion Dollar Spy, an upcoming thriller, and by the end of December had entered himself into a facility for addiction that helps people with alcohol, drugs, and sex issues. In September 2022, Discovery Plus released a damning documentary titled House of Hammer, which included victims of Hammer's speaking out. Although Effie was not included in this documentary and has been very vocal about her disdain for journalists who profit off of other people's trauma. A common moral and ethical conversation that I myself have frequently. A month later, Armie Hammer would be sued by American Express for tallying up over £60,000 of unpaid debt and not making these repayments. In February 2023, in a surprising statement that felt a lot like a Kevin Spacey stunt that was pulled a few years back, Hammer broke his silence on the allegations, saying he denies being physically and sexually abusive, although he was emotionally abusive, and puts this down to him being sexually assaulted as a child, and this being the first time he is opening up about those experiences. And according to the People's Magazine article, just last month in April, CNN reported that Hammer was being investigated over claims of sexual assault. Quote, I can confirm that the LAPD has presented a case regarding Armie Hammer to the LA District Attorney's Office. The matter is currently under review, the office's communications officer Tiffany Blacknell told CNN. Details of the claims and the complainants, however, are unclear. That is a brief overview of the Armie Hammer controversies. You can look up photos of the alleged text messages between Armie Hammer and some of his victims, but the content is rather shocking and upsetting, and I didn't want to give all of that detail here in this episode. As we get more updates on this case, I will be sure to share them here. That is the end of today's Cult News. Join me tomorrow for more. I'm your speaker, Casey, host of the Cult Vault podcast.